You know what? A lot of people appear insecure without ever realizing it. So I'm going to give you some things to avoid so that this doesn't happen to you. Important but easily overlooked is your entrance anywhere. Often I like to observe people wherever I am, in a restaurant, in a bar, in a hotel, and I just see how people walk into the room. Often they're, head down, shuffling along. It's like a I'm not important kind of pose, right? It's how they shuffle, how they walk, how they look down. An entrance really is important. Even if you don't feel like it, I recommend just testing a confident chin up, shoulders back stride into any room. I remember once I went to an event and I was a little bit intimidated because there were some celebrities there. I was pretty new to New York and it was just a really bopping party. And I wanted to shuffle in. I wanted to shuffle in and kind of sit at the back with a drink and like observe all the cool people. But I forced myself to, like I just said, shoulders back, chin up, stride in. A first impression is important because it's a lasting impression. We remember the first time that we see people, and we want to act the way that we want to feel. It's proven that this is connected. Our mind, our emotions respond to how our body moves. So when we enter a room confidently, enter anything confidently, even enter a Zoom call with a smile fully in view, again, shoulders back, chin up, people remember and respond to you, and they think that is a confident person who's kind of not to be messed with. One cardinal sin here that makes us look insecure, needy, just not sure of ourselves is over apologizing. And this certainly lends itself more to women. Often we're like, sorry, can I have a drink? Oh, sorry, I accidentally bumped you. Oh, sorry, can I ask where the bathroom is? We don't need to apologize just for existing, just for asking for something, just for being in a room. I actually love to reframe a sorry with a thank you. So, for example, just say I'm a couple of minutes late, which is rare, but if I am, instead of saying, sorry for being late, I'll say, thank you so much for waiting. Or if I make a mistake on something and someone points it out, instead of saying, oh, sorry, I made a mistake, I'll say, thank you, I'll fix that now. How we speak, the words that we say, they're either expansive and strong or they're weak and just they don't appear confident. And when we're apologizing, it's almost as if we're sorry for taking up space and we have nothing to apologize for. Be conscious, even just for 24 hours, of how often you say sorry, because it's often completely unconscious and we do it so much more than we think. So when we bring it into our consciousness and we're aware of it, it's really easy to realize how often just sorry slips out. Sorry is really when you've done something wrong. Something requires an apology. Absolutely say sorry, but not the 300,000 times a day that most of us do it without even realizing. Another way that we can feel insecure is simply by not talking enough. I've been in many groups, Zoom calls, online, offline, where there are people who are just very quiet. And look, it's okay to be an observer. There are certainly times when I prefer to listen. When you listen, you learn. When you talk, you don't learn. Being a good listener is critical as a life skill. But sometimes we don't actually contribute anything to a conversation. We'll let other people talk. Maybe we have an idea or a question, but we don't say it. Our voice matters. Your voice matters. And when we say nothing, even in a meeting or with a gathering, the longer the time goes on, so say it's an hour meeting or an hour gathering for drinks, the more time goes on without you speaking, the less likely you are to speak. So I have a rule that I speak within the first 8 minutes of any meeting, whether it's a professional meeting or a social gathering. I like to throw myself into the mix, throw something out there, just say something without thinking too much about it. Because often we can be too quiet and then people don't even remember us, or they think that we haven't got anything to add to a conversation or we're simply not contributing. And for even people who love to talk a lot and really take the airtime up in a conversation or a meeting, it's really nice to have other people pepper in their comments and questions too, to take the pressure off the people who are always speaking. So we can appear insecure when we're just completely silent. Say something, even if it feels uncomfortable. What goes along with this is not having a point of view. Now, we don't have to go out into the world and say, this is how it is, and my opinion is, and I know this, and I know that, but to have an opinion on something. Of course, we want to lean more towards positive opinions. We don't want to criticize anybody, but if someone asks you what you think, you can tell them, you can have a point of view. It's important for us to be part of the conversation. And when we're not afraid to say the truth according to us in a polite and kind and considered way, people respect us because we're individuals. We're individuals with a unique human point of view, and that's valuable. So don't be afraid to have one, whatever the conversation is. You don't have to go into a whole political discussion or start throwing shade at anybody, but if there's a topic of conversation, let us know what you think. Let us know how you feel. This is just what is part of being a human, having amazing conversation, and being different. Finally, now this is a subtle thing, but it really makes a big difference. I have a policy where I don't defend myself. And coming from a defensive point of view is an insecure place to be. For example, I was having a conversation with some people, and one of the guys was moving to Colorado. And someone asked him, why are you moving to Colorado? And it was an innocent question, I thought. But the way that the person took it was, well, Colorado has this and that, and you don't get that in Florida, and you don't get this in Florida. And Colorado, it was kind of just a defending the position, defending the point of view. Defensiveness isn't strong. Defensiveness feels like I need to defend myself because I'm not safe here. There is a threat coming at me. Often questions or comments that people give, they're not threats at all. People are just curious. They like to talk. Or if they do want to bait you into something where you defend yourself, you don't have to go there. You don't have to go there ever. So if someone asked me why I was doing something, I'd go, because I want to. Feels exciting to me. That's enough. We don't want to come from a place of defensiveness ever, and we don't need to. And if someone tries to bait you into a topic where you feel defensive, or you think that maybe it's intentional to get you to do that, you never have to comply. It is your life, it is your mind, it is your energy, and you can own it however you like. And non-defensive energy is very secure and confident energy. It keeps it light too, which most people really love to be around. Thank you for watching these tips, my friend. Before you go, I have a quick question for you. Would you like to know more skills like this, and more importantly, how to coach yourself through a lot of life's challenges? If so, I'm hosting an awesome free workshop titled Become Your Own Life Coach. Head on over to becomeyourownlifecoach.com and I will see you there.